everyone. Welcome to Real World Conversations. I am here with Zach Kinzler. We are having a conversation today about AI and how he uses AI. Zach is a solutions engineer, also in the field of AI. So we're gonna essentially talk AI. But before we jump into it, Zach, why don't you give us sort of the 30-second version of what you do on the daily that uses AI?
Yeah, so Zach Kinzler, Senior Solutions Engineer here at Boodlebox. I use AI every day, all day is kind of what I like to say. But what I do is most of my job is teaching faculty, people, nonprofits, organizations on how to actually use AI to solve their problems. So I like to say, AI is a big buzzword and everyone's trying to throw AIs into their workflow. What I do is I meet with people, figure out their problem, and kind of figure out how to use AI to solve that problem with Boodlebox. So that's the day-to-day, and a huge range of what I actually do, but it really is just helping people use AI the right way. That's what I say.
That is very cool. And there is a better and worse ways to use AI, or should I say more and less effective ways to use AI. Not getting into any of the slightly dicey moral components of AI that are edge use cases. What are your favorite AI tools or models? Like what's your go-to when you need something from AI?
So it's such a wide range. Just like everybody, I started with ChatGPT, I would say. So I started using ChatGPT a long time ago, right when it came out. But now my daily drivers is kind of what I like to say is I use Boodlebox for all my general AI subscriptions. I love to use Claude, Pi, Inflections Pi is my favorite one that lots of people don't often know about. It's fine-tuned on human emotions. I like to use that to kind of get feedback on things like situations. And then some of my more specified use cases, I like to use Claude Code for a lot of my codings, extravagant things that I like to do on the side. VO3 is a fun video image model that I like to use all of the time. I like to mess around a lot with personalized workflows. So I'll use Claude Code and then write Python script to inherently use ChatGPT, Perplexity's APIs, and all of those things. And then I use Comet Browser, which is Perplexity's Comet Browser. I really, really like to use that. And then my new favorite one is this agent service called Utori. I can send it for people listening. It's YUTORI, and it's like a Google Alerts on steroids is what I like to say. So it's a really cool company that I've been using for a few months now, and that's probably my favorite new one. And that's for web scraping pretty much, which is cool.
Interesting. All right. So because it's moving so fast and there are so many different models out there, how do you reserve time to play with new stuff, or do you take a given challenge, oh, I'm trying to figure this thing out with code, let me try different ways to do it? How do you keep your learning current?
So there's two major ways, really. So I mean, Boodlebox AI, the company I work for, we always have the latest and greatest models up to date with them. So I kind of reserve about 30 minutes every week to just see what's new that we've added. So I'll start there. And then whenever we add a new model, I'll play around with it on Boodlebox, and then I'll go play around with it on their own respective home model as well. LinkedIn's really big for me. I'll just kind of staying up to date with people. And then about once a week, I'll go on Boodlebox and I'll come up with hey, I saw these X, Y, and Z use cases on LinkedIn. I saw someone was talking about this model. How can I apply that to something I'm doing and give me 3 other AI solutions I should try? So then what I'll go do is on Saturday or Sunday or in the evening times, if I have time, to go play around with just new ones. So if I see someone on LinkedIn that's talking about Replit came out with something, I pay way too much money in AI subscriptions is what I like to say, because I don't like to test out the free versions for lots of security reasons that we could dive into for hours if we wanted to. But I like to pay for them. I just like to try one for a month, 2 months. I have a bunch of friends that are interested in this stuff, so I'll split a big subscription with one of them. But I usually start with Boodlebox and then just follow LinkedIn. Really just listening to the world. And then if I hear someone talk about something, because everybody's selling something all of the time. So
yes.
I like to go try it for my own perspectives, really to see if things work. Because I like to tell people and everyone watching this, it's really easy to make a product look really good on a demo. And I think there's so much misconception on like actually using things, because companies spend millions of dollars setting up a really good video that they can post on LinkedIn. So like actually going and trying that for your own personal use cases is really what I would recommend. And it's impossible to stay up to date. I like to have 3 AI subscriptions at one time that I'm using. I never go more than that, because then it's just, you're not actually trying things.
Right. You need enough time.
Right. You need enough time, you need enough uses, and you need enough and you have to pay for things to understand if they use it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. So riddle me this. Do you subscribe to any of those like newsletters? Like I probably get half a dozen like AI related newsletters with news feeding me stuff.
I try to, but like the way I use AI is like so specified. I like to call I have a really big AI ego. Like I like to think I do it the best way, just because I've been doing it and for 3 years, right? Like I said, like everyone started 3 years ago, and it's like I think I do things really well. So like getting outside of that is hard, and that's the coach mode on Boodlebox is what I really like about that. It like helps me think outside of the way I'm doing it. But I mean, just like listen to people. Like LinkedIn is the greatest thing ever, I think, because it allows you to kind of like sift through information in whatever way that you see. Like always recognize that people are selling you something, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Always is the other thing.
Especially if it solves a problem for you, right?
Exactly.
So, on a daily basis, when you do normal business things like email, calendar, I don't know if you all use Slack or something, internal messaging, your grocery lists, what are your top daily tools that you're using just to manage your life? Like not the coding, not the cool stuff, just the daily stuff.
Boodlebox. I use April. That's a really cool one. It's like an AI assistant that integrates with your calendar and your email. So it's like Siri, if Siri did what you actually wanted it to do, is what I like to say. So you can like talk to it and it's like, hey, who do I have a meeting with? Like, what's the last emails I sent with them? And it does a really good job of doing that. I like to use Claude for brainstorming, and that's like on Boodlebox and on Claude itself, just kind of like helping me with ideas. And then that comment browser I use a lot because it has just really cool like slash commands. I have something set up every morning that sends me recent news. So that's the other reason I don't do newsletters, honestly, is I like to subscribe to educators' newsletters because I can kind of understand their world of things, like what's going on there, and also like what's being sold to them, because it's good to understand like perceptions and things like that. But I kind of build my own newsletters with like Perplexity and things. So it's like, go find me recent articles about blah, 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 and tell me why it matters to my thing that I've set up, explaining what matters to me and stuff.
I like it. It's like the AI version of Google Alerts.
Yeah, exactly.
I dig it. Awesome. All right. So what is the biggest edge case? Like, what is the strangest, most specific, like outliery thing you've used AI to do?
Probably like my favorite thing, and this is just kind of like a side hustle that I like to do, is like everything public database is public. The SEC, housing information, all of that stuff, taxes, things like that. All the things that are really hard, like if you want to go look at a company on the SEC, it's super complicated to go do that. So what I learned is that like AI is really good at helping you connect to public databases. So inherently, the thing that I like to do is take a thing like the SEC or iPed's data or something like that, and just like use code to make it into whatever I would like to use out of it. So I've built like my own version of Yahoo Finance. That's exactly what I want, just because all of that information is public. And it's all really accessible, but it used to be really hard to get because of coding was hard. But now I've learned how to use AI to do that. So I'm a big investor on the side, and I love to use it to kind of like take in really hard to read material and make it like translatable to like the average person. Well, and cooking. That's my other one. Cooking is, I'm a huge, and I like to use it to make recipes that I like. That's probably a fun one. But
interesting.
Yeah, very different though. Uh,
Now I'm intrigued about the whole investing thing. But
yeah, it's just like pretty much anything that is publicly filed,
Yeah.
you can access with code, and that used to be really hard to do, but then you can use it to build your own little version of the SEC for specific use cases. It's really cool.
Huh. All right. Well, I think that's a totally a different and also really cool conversation that would be need to know more about. So, well, thank you for sharing this with us. I think a lot of folks are going to be interested in this because there is just such a spectrum of usage, what people use it for, why they want to use it, and how it can be, have a utility for folks without being overwhelming. Because it is a brave new world, right? It is a completely open landscape right now. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Of course. Yeah. And it's just a crazy time to be alive is what I like to say.